The last type of taking that I'm going to talk about is an easement. And for those of you who may or may not be fully familiar with what an easement is, I'm going to talk for a minute about that. An easement is the right to go under a piece of property or over a piece of property, or in some cases to build some sort of infrastructure on the property, such as a underground pipeline or an underground electrical cable, or even in some cases an above ground electrical cable that runs over the property through the air. A lot of times infrastructure like this will be situated on an easement. That means that the state or the company that owns the power line or the pipeline or whatever it is, they don't really own the lane or the right-of-way where the infrastructure is going. What they own are certain rights called easement rights that allow them to build their infrastructure and maintain it and do certain other necessary things, and may restrict pretty heavily what that true owner can do with that property anymore. The owner might be precluded from planting trees or building any sort of thing within the boundaries of the easement. So if the easement is 100 feet wide, the property owner might not be able to build anything or plant trees or do other activities within that 100-foot wide lane or right-of-way that is the boundaries of the easement. Now, you may say, well, what is the measure of just compensation in an easement taking? And it's similar to the measure of just compensation in the partial taking case. We look at the fair market value of the property without the easement, and then compare it to the fair market value of the property now that it has been burdened by the easement. And under Wisconsin law, you don't look at just the 100-foot wide area or lane or right-of-way that the easement covers. You look at the whole parcel and you say, what was this parcel worth before an easement came roaring across it, and now what is the parcel worth now that it's been burdened with this easement that got run through it? And you subtract obviously the second number from the first number, and that along once again with some other considerations as well, but that's the core calculation of just compensation in an easement case. Now, like everything in the law, almost every rule has some exceptions